Good afternoon, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Just put in the chat if you can hear us clearly. Let us know that you're there. I see good. Thanks. Super awesome. I am going to put our presentation in presentation mode. So we welcome all of you right now to our workshop. So we're excited that you've joined us today for creative construction with reusable materials. My name is Miss Tiffany, and I'm going to hand it off to Nubia, who's going to do our initial slides for our presentation.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nubia Alvarez, and I am the co-founder of Youth Going Green. So our main points for Youth Going Green are to inspire, expose, and to empower young people in our community. So who's in the Zoom room? Let's see where are you guys joining us from. So please include a city and state in the chat box. I see Redwood City, Milpitas, California, Mill Valley. Wow, I love how you guys are so active in the chat. Okay, I see Berkeley, Oakland, California, Santa Clara, San Francisco. Okay, so I think we can move on. Oh, Fremont. So we're going to do brief introductions. As I mentioned before, my name is Nubia Alvarez. I'm the co-founder of Youth Going Green. We also have Miss Marilyn. She is a welder and innovative creation leaders for Youth Going Green, and she's also a program mentor. Then we have Mrs. Tiffany. She's an engineer in corporate community connections, and she's also a program mentor. And lastly, today we have Miss Pierre, who is also a program mentor at Youth Going Green. So let's talk about the outcomes for today. So today what we want you to get out of this presentation is we want you to know who Youth Going Green is. We'll talk about that a little bit more. And we want you to learn ways you can repurpose items. We want people to think twice before throwing something away. And also at the end, we're gonna get a little crafty. So I'm gonna hand it over to Miss Tiffany now.
So hello, everyone. Just wanted to share a little bit more about who Youth Going Green is. We were founded in August of 2014, and we're a community environmental organization hosted at Memorial Tabernacle Church in North Oakland. And we educate youth on the importance of leading and advocating others to lead that green life. And we were reminded by Sister Pierre that we are Sierra Club awardees. So she got the award and everything. So, and our mission is inspiring and educating young people to promote recycling and waste reduction in the Oakland community and its environs. And we have certain goals in which we want to educate annually over 1,000 young people. We also have quarterly recycling collections in which we do, and we'll share more about that at the end. And we also want to deepen our own understanding of environmental topics like air pollution, textile pollution, and the impact of plastic on animals. Just to share a little bit more about just inspiring youth and how we go about doing that, you'll see on this slide several of the events that we've hosted over the past 6 years. Back to school events, late merit cleanups, community unity dinners, waste collections, e-waste and recycling collections. And monthly, we would have our MTC Family Fun Nights and Earth Day events. We also wanted to highlight a couple of our festivals and conferences which we've participated in, including the YES Conference, the Youth for the Environment and Sustainability Conference, also Easter Love Reach, Green to Church Conference, and we are so excited. This is our 6th year coming back to the Bay Area Science Festival. It's different doing this virtual, but we're excited to be here once again. Last but not least, we encourage you to make an impact wherever you are. So that we're based and hosted out of a church, so we are focusing on educating churches and also our community. So here at our church, we've done several things to educate the members here and our visitors around educating them about compost pails and how can they compost in their homes, also eliminating plastic bottles. And Sister Marilyn's going to hold up her water bottle. So we always encourage people to bring a reusable water bottle to use around the church. And then we have green cans throughout in different places of the sanctuary. And we did a significant reduction of paper waste. We also we remodeled our garden. We have some videos on that we're going to show in a moment. And then we also purchased cloth tablecloths instead of reusing the plastic ones. And we're going to have to get the pom-poms that we actually created, Sister Marilyn and Nuvia created out of the plastic tablecloths. And in our community, we have spoken at different schools in the community. We are have participated in the mayor's Streets and Clean Healthy Neighborhoods Task Force. And we also did the creation of a green guide at the Green the Church conference. So we just try to make an impact wherever you are. You know, you can't do everything. We're always constantly learning. We were learning on Thursday, someone sharing about compost and different ways to compost. So you know, you can definitely have an impact wherever you are, and we encourage you to do that. I'm going to ask you who's going to talk about some creative construction ideas seen in our community.
Taking pictures. And this first picture, can you see the picture of a man with a bird on his head? Can you see the picture of a man with a bird on his head? Now, I saw these in Sebastopol. I went to visit a friend, and there's a particular street where this guy, he's an artist, and he uses found objects to make the most amazing sculptures. And it so happens that everyone in the town has allowed him to put his sculptures on their lawns. So you drive around 2 or 3 streets, and it's this amazing work that he has done. And he's a tinsmith by trade, but this is his hobby. He does this to showcase his neighborhood in Sebastopol. Okay, now this video coming up is a video of our garden. Our garden at the church is a feat of reconstruction and reusing and recycling. And at present, we have a problem with cats using our beds to, you know, like your litter box, because of course they can hop the fence even though we have a fence. And I read somewhere that you can use forks to stick in the ground so that when they try to get into the bed, it will prevent them. So here's a video of how we put the forks in. We can also use the fork to hold up the seed packet to show you what was planted in a particular spot. So have a look. This is a, 1 second, we're gonna get the right one. We found that the cats were making a sandbox out of our beds. So we took some old forks. We didn't throw out our forks. We reused our forks and put them in the beds with some knives to protect them from pawing up the ground and using this as a litter box. Also, we can use old forks to put our seed packets so we can know what has been planted at a specific spot. So that's 2 uses for old forks, as a placeholder and to prevent the cats from using your bed as a litter box. Okay, the next video is going to show you something that was done by Sister Marilyn. I have to give credit where credit is due. Sister Marilyn comes up with the most amazing ideas. And I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to let the video run, and I want you to get some inspiration from it as well. This is a very creative garden. We repurposed an old toilet bowl as a planter, sprayed it with gold paint, and it has become one of the focal points for our garden. Isn't that pretty? Okay, as I walk along the streets, and I think we have some slides posted for you, I've seen people in the community decorating planters that are on the street. And one group of ladies, I stopped and I talked to them. They use old plates, they smashed them up, and they drew on the side of these planters, and then they took the pieces of broken plate and made a beautiful mosaic. So I know we have it posted somewhere on our thing here, set up here today. So I want you to have a look at that. So anything that's broken, you don't have to throw it away. Think about how you can reuse it and make something really beautiful out of it. And now Sister Marilyn is going to give us her presentation. This is the lady who does the creative stuff with the toilet bowl and lots of other things in our garden, as you'll see later. Sister Marilyn, go ahead.
Hello, everyone. I'm glad you all stopped by. So why toss when you can refurbish? Okay, today I'm going to talk to you about the materials you need when you are refurbishing something. Just one moment, please. Okay, we'll begin again. I'm going to talk to you today about the materials I use to refurbish my backyard two-seater patio swing. First of all, this page is more about safety. When you're working with equipment, you need to be safe. When you're working with electricity, please be safe, no playing. First, you need your work gloves, measuring tape, and pencil. Safety glasses is a must. So we were going to be working with a wooden grinder, electrical sander, a cutoff saw, and a drill. These 4 tools are very, very important not to play around with. Next slide, please. And to keep your wood in good shape, you need to use a water sealer or protector. So we use brush, electrical cords, and make sure if you use a cord outside, it's the one purposely for outside when working with electrical equipment. I also use redwood and redwood fencing I use. I didn't go out and get the really expensive one because you can buy the cheapest redwood that you find and you can sand it down and grind it to your liking. Next slide. I also use bolts and nuts and screws, screwdrivers, a Phillips and a standard screwdriver, and carriage bolts to make the wood somewhat look pretty. Phillips screwdriver, different size drill bits, and clamps. And I didn't go out and buy the clamps because we had galvanized pieces of steel at my father's house. And so what I did, I cut maybe like a 1.5 inch, bend it, and made holes, and I didn't have to go out and buy anything. So this swing I had at least 10 or 11 years sitting in my backyard. I never covered it up throughout the winter and the summer, so the sun did its work on it. And we enjoyed this swing for many, many years. As you can see, the material on it had rotted away. So I end up, what should I do? Should I buy a new swing or should I just refurbish? Well, of course, refurbish. Why toss something when you can make it new again? This short video that I have will show you the process of me cutting, sawing, and putting it together. Please enjoy. How much more time I have? Thank you. Thank you. All right. Okay, I worked on this. I have to give thanks to my dad and to my daughter. They helped me out a couple of days. I worked on it about a good week, off and on. Um, the wood that I used was redwood, and I used 6 pieces at 41 3/4. And the little carriage boats that you've seen, I used about 30 of them because I wanted to try to jazz it up a little. And just think, if you have something that you treasure and really want to hold on to, try to refurbish it. I'm sure you can do it. Thank you for watching.
This is Pierre again. And today, my project is going to be a holiday project where I'm going to use old popsicle sticks to make Christmas and holiday decoration. I should say not only Christmas because not everybody's one is Christian, so I also made a menorah. If you have of any other religion, you can make a decoration that goes with your religion. So the first slide that's up on the screen now shows what I use for making this project. We have paint, we have popsicle sticks, of course, pom-poms, but the thing is, I was looking for my pom-poms and I couldn't find my pom-poms. And I got really upset. Then I said, no, the thing is not to get upset. Use whatever you had. And then I found some beads as well. I incorporated the beads into my presentation. And whatever else you have at home, look around. If you don't have pom-poms or you don't like pom-poms, find something else and you could think about what you want to make. And the thing is, I saw this craft pictured somewhere else and they had specific things, but I didn't have everything that they had. So I had to think as I went along. So as I go through the project, I'll show you what I did and what creative ways I came up with to make this thing come to fruition. Hear me and see me. Okay. Now, where's my front screen? Here we go. All right. So popsicle sticks. Everyone has popsicle sticks, or you can cheat and go to Michael's and get a whole pack of nice, clean popsicle sticks. This is what they look like, okay? And we're doing 3 for this presentation because we're making a Christmas tree. So we're gonna put them together and then they look like this. But to hold them together, you need glue. I tried Elmer's glue, but Elmer's glue did not work for wood. You need something stronger. If you're under 5, well, let's say if you're under 8 years old, you need help with the glue gun because it gets really hot. And when you put your glue down, you put another piece of popsicle stick and you hold it together for a little bit so it can stick. Sometimes that glue seeps out onto your fingers, so you have to be really careful, all right? And now the next step is for you to paint. My paints, I had yellow, I had red, I had blue, okay? This is a different type of paint. These are acrylics. These little ones are acrylics. These came from the Home Depot, and these are more kind of like poster paints, but they're a little strong, pretty good. Whatever you have, you can use. So to paint my sticks, I first started out, I realized I was holding the sticks and more paint was getting on my fingers than was getting on the sticks. So I stuck them together first, and then I applied my paint, like so. And I found using a brush about like a ½ inch wide really helps. So I painted them And then when I wanted to get to the back, I so happened to have this sponge brush. So I held it like this on the brush, and then I painted. All right, so then my fingers weren't all over everything, making a nice mess. The other thing is, before it dried, I remembered, oh, I have some glitter. I really like glitter. So I sprinkled glitter all over that wet paint, and it stuck nicely. If it's dried, you're in trouble. You may have to put another paint, a coat of paint. And the other thing is, after you've done your painting on your popsicle sticks, you may find that the paint has seeped, the wood has sucked up that paint, so it looks a bit spotty. So you can go over it again and do another coat. And this is how I stood it up to dry. I put it against the paint bottle there, because if I put it flat on my newspaper, which I'm working on, it's advisable to work on a piece of newspaper so you can make as much mess as you want. But standing it up here was really great, because when I put it down on the paper and I lifted it up, the paper was stuck to the back. So I had to paint it over again. So I'm giving you all these tips so you don't run into the same trouble that I ran into. Now, for the Christmas tree, you need a star. And I drew some stars freehand, and I cut them out of yellow construction paper. But I was actually looking for silver, and I didn't have silver. I said, so what if I don't have silver? What can I use? So I ran into the kitchen, and look what I found. Some silver twisty ties. Took my scissors, cut them in half, like this. Oop, there it goes. And then I twisted them together like this. Just a simple twist. Oops. Of course, when you're on camera, it's not going to work right. Okay, here's another one. Put another one here, like so, in the middle. Twist it around. Try to get it as even as possible, because the points of the star should be even for the most part. Twist it around. So this is just me being creative, because I couldn't find the color that I wanted. And this is what my star looks like. See how pretty that is? So that's the star that I made out of the silver twisty ties. What if you don't have silver twisty ties? What can you do? I didn't give up. I said, okay, let's try something else. I had beads. Oh, you can also decorate your Christmas tree with beads. So you can look, take all pretty colored beads, whatever you want. And I actually found a bead that was shaped like a little star. I put it on to my yellow star, in this case, or you could put it straight onto the wood. And I said, oh, that's pretty, but I said, it could even be prettier. So I put a red bead in the middle of the white bead on the yellow star. So that, I thought that looked super. Now the pom-poms I actually found from the dollar store, these were even better. These had little bits of glitter on them. So my project at the end looked like this. Pom-poms with the silver, the tree is green, and for the trunk of the tree, of course you have to have a little trunk at the bottom, like so. It needed to be brown, but I didn't have any brown paint. So I said, okay, cannot be defeated. What can I do? And I mixed all my colors of paint together, my blue, my red, and my yellow. And guess what? I got this dusky, dirty brown that looks just like a tree bark. I said, I'm a genius. I did it. So that's my bark of my tree. But now I have to hang it up onto the Christmas tree, because it's a decoration, or wherever you want to hang it. Found some twine, cut off about this much, did it in half like this, went to the back of the Christmas tree and stuck it on with some glue. And this you also have to hold in place. And remember, that glue is going to be a bit hot. So there's your string. But what if you don't have any string at home? Is the project over? No, the project is not over. Look what I did with this one. I found some old Christmas ribbon and put a beautiful white ribbon on this one. And this one looks really cool as well. This is what the back looks like when it's stuck on. This one is using the twisty tie. I thought this one was super. Here's another green one that I made. And remember, your Christmas tree can be any color. It's your Christmas tree. Don't be bound by it has to be this, it has to be that. Look around. You may want a pink Christmas tree. Some people like a white Christmas tree. It's up to you. You can have a yellow one, of course. Don't forget your glitter if you have glitter. You can have a green one. And if you're not Christian, you may want to do a menorah. A menorah is made of 2 triangles, not just one. So you glue your triangles together, you paint them, sprinkle some glitter on if you remember to put the glitter before it dries, or if like me, you did not remember to put the glitter on before the paint dried. I found some silver Christmas ribbon or any type of ribbon, and I pasted that on, and then you're gonna stick the 2 together, and that will be your menorah. See how pretty that is? If you're of any other religion, look around and see what artifacts are used to decorate for your holiday and do something fun. There's no end to your creativity, all right? So that's my presentation for today. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat box. And we're so happy you were able to join us today for this presentation. Enjoy and have a great afternoon. If you have any questions, let us have them. You can put them in the chat. And then we're gonna hand you over to Marilyn, who's gonna show you something that we made. We were talking earlier about reusing tablecloths. This tablecloth that I'm working on is cloth. We used to use plastic, but we're trying to get away from that and be more conscious of our eco footprint. So we use cloth, and now we're gonna show you how we used plastic tablecloths for a fun project.
These are our pom-poms, and they're made from just one moment, please. Okay, as we were talking earlier, these are pom-poms. Yay, go YGG. Yay. Well, actually, these were tablecloth before they became pom-poms. And so what we did, we laid it out. We cut each strip one by one. This is like 24 inches. So we stacked them all on top of each other. And as you can see right here, this is electrical tape, and you just tape it up real tight. And it depends on how full you want your pom-poms and how much strips you want to put inside. Okay, tape it up good, and there you go. You have pom-poms. So when you're having a party and you use plastic tablecloths and you decide to throw them away, think again. Let's make some fun pom-poms. Yay! Any questions? Yes, thank you. Thank you. Any more questions?
Okay, can everyone hear me? Super awesome. You hear me? Okay, super. So we just want to wrap up with a couple of slides to let you know how you can be a part of Youth Going Green. So there's information available on our website about being a part and joining us. And we also invite you to engage with Youth Going Green. So wherever you are, we encourage that you properly sort your waste and you make sure you are recycling, composting, or putting things in the trash. As we mentioned earlier, we also have ongoing recycling collection. So if you would like to drop off your recycling to the church, and it's the cash redeemable recycling, because it helps support our program. And then we also encourage constant learning and education. There's information there about an upcoming conference that just took place on the 24th yesterday, called Zero Waste Youth Conference. And those types of conferences are always happening everywhere throughout the United States and globally. So it's a very exciting opportunity for you to take advantage of what is taking place. Connect with us virtually. So as I mentioned earlier, we have our website, yggrecycling.weebly.com. Some of the dates on the actual website may be a little old, but the content is still good. So we invite you to go there and check it out, along with joining us through our YouTube playlist. Everything that we do with Youth Going Green is embedded underneath Memorial Tabernacle Church. So you're able to find the playlist on Memorial Tabernacle's YouTube page to get more information regarding some different videos that have been done around composting, recycling, doing an origami design for your compost pails. Also, when they actually received the award from the Sierra Club, that video is on there as well. So we encourage everyone to go there and inquire and ask us any questions that you may have. So let's check in the chat. Does anyone have any questions? And someone just asked, can we put the chat in the put the playlist in the chat? So let me get that out. So yes, I will do that. Are there any other questions that people may have? I see nope. And the link to actually sign up, I put that in there as well. Just go directly to our website, yggrecycling.weebly.com. So I'm going to hand it over to Nuvia. She wants to share any last minute thoughts she has as one of our lead can crushers and our co-founder, so she can share and answer any additional questions that you all may have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you all again for joining us. I really hope that you learned something from our presentation and that you think twice before you throw away something. You can always make something from something that you had before. So for example, this was not in the presentation, but one of my friend's mom made like a bracelet out of the top of cans. So you know the part that you like open. I don't know if we have that right now, but so you can always create something new. There's videos on YouTube. You could go on Pinterest. And as said before, if you want to create one of the projects that you've seen today, just make sure that you're with an adult so they can help you. And if we don't have any questions or comments, I think we can move on. So for everyone who is comfortable, you can turn on your camera so we can take a Zoom picture. And if you're not comfortable with turning on your camera, that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a second to turn on your cameras. Okay, so I think we're all ready. So on 3, we're gonna say recycling. 1, 2, oh, your camera doesn't work, sorry. So 1, 2, 3, recycling. Okay, I think we're gonna do it one more time. Someone's camera wasn't on. Okay, 1, 2, 3, recycling. Great. As I said before, thank you guys so much for joining us. Please visit our website and our YouTube playlist to learn more about our program. And once again, thank you for joining.